Welcome back, episode 3, Coach's Cavern, and with me is Mr. Gracie himself. Make a mockery of this game. Yeah, I mean, we just spent 10 minutes and in the bay, and you're working at it.
It's gonna take the winter.
This game is hard.
It is tough.
That's what we're here for. We're here to help everyone out just a bit, because even we know that it's not easy, and it takes a lot of repetitions. And for people out there, the only way to break habit is through repetition. So if you think you're going to walk into a lesson, if you think you're going to do something once or twice, and then you're going to be able to apply it, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Honestly, you just showed me a little club path, face angle in there, stuff that you don't see off monitors.
Off monitors, which is so important too, because when we're always discussing too that the pros always have the TrackMans, the launch monitors, any of the monitors that are out nowadays that the boys are spending 25,000 plus on, you're gonna get pretty accurate numbers. And one thing that you don't quite get numbers on that we're going to take a look at that you can't quite see is your hip action. If you can't turn properly in that backswing and downswing, you might be losing out on some speed.
Big time speed.
Which, how many guys do you get, guys and gals that come into lessons that are just, I want to hit it a bit further? Great.
Activate the hips.
Activate your hips. Yeah. How wide do your hips open? And we look at it and it's about 5 degrees, and you're like, ooh, well, if you rotate those just a bit more, you might be able to really hit this ball far. Without even making other adjustments. With just your hips, you can hit it further. Just understanding how to start and when to turn them on and off. You can do everything in the wrong time, and even if you feel like you're trying to do it, you can't cheat the system. It has to be timed correctly to allow yourself to really harness that power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's get in that bay. Let's do it. Let's work. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to start when to activate the hips, how to activate the hips, but also what to actually do with them. We see a lot of people that are frozen, static, freeze. They don't even know when to turn them on, and when they do turn them on, it is quick and fast. Violent. That's a great, it's true though. How many times you get in a lesson you're teaching and the hips just move so fast and nothing can even catch up. Before you even thrust those hips back, you're at the top of your swing and you don't even know where that club face is at.
I agree.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's jump in.
All right, so what we want to feel when we're getting into talking about the hips is, of course, we know the structure, we know the setup, we have the grip, we have all those components that we start with. With Ryan and I really discussing the first part of the takeaway, we need to kind of establish when the hips actually become active in that swing. So when we're taking a look, especially down the line here, a lot of people, Josh, they get in and the first move is either without or the hips are too quick. So where is your initiation? When do those hips actually start? And what do you feel at the start of that swing? As I get in here, what would be something you would tell me about when to feel like that right part of my hip, as a right-handed golfer, is going to turn open on the backswing?
So for myself, while I'm looking at it, I like to always feel when it's just about after halfway through the backswing. Right?
So as I take this away, I want to feel like I'm doing it with one piece, keeping that chest going, and as I get this kind of like, as my hands almost like pass by my knee here.
Exactly, and then it's almost like you would have a string, like Ryan said before, how he said when you're taken away, a string is almost pulling it back on the takeaway. Think of almost that like a string is attached to like your belly button or your belt
so when that
here.
starts
so as that, you can almost feel like, almost imagine like a string is putting tension on it, pulling, just starting to slightly tug on your, starting to tug. It's tugging on your belt buckle.
Feeling like I'm getting my hips, almost like my right hip is opening and I'm feeling like it's focusing on that. If we're watching it from the down the line camera, I'm almost getting my belt buckle towards that target.
Exactly.
But something we have to be careful about is making sure that we are turning our hips, because it is in our knees, that we're not just getting this knee locked out and just like throwing it open.
Exactly, and with that feeling, it comes a lot, like I tell a lot of the ladies, it's not the bump or slide. We're doing the twist.
Oh yeah, I get
like
that all.
that?
Yeah, I get the. We're not doing the bump. Ooh. We're doing the twist. back to the lesson.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about is, that is an awesome way to do it though, is talking about getting yourself into not pushing right or left, but turning back and open. We're trying to actually push my right glute in the backswing towards the wall and behind me. That's what I'm trying to feel. I'm trying to feel like my right glute goes back.
Exactly.
And then as I'm coming down, I want to feel my left glute go back.
To the wall. That's a perfect example. I love that, where the glute, the butt cheek is firing straight back.
Yeah.
Which will open up more, because a common one is when everybody's thinking is the slide. The slide, they're thinking of opening the hips. So the common is just, they're like, oh, I'm opening my hip. Slide.
Yeah, really
slide
get in there. Because when we take a look on this face-on camera here, we want to make sure that as we're getting up to here, and even if we have this nice wide open hip here and it looks beautiful, the knee is just slightly bent, that we don't just throw the left hip going. That's the bump we're talking about. We don't want to be moving that out, kind of like that dance move on the club floor, that out ball, that whack, yeah. When buddy just stole your drink, you just boom, yeah. See you later, buddy. We want to make sure we move out of that way, that guy, because we don't want to spill his drinks. We want to go, oh, you know, slide that thing, yeah, get out of this way. So we get in all the way up. We want to turn that right hip open. When we come down, turn that left hip. Feel like your glutes are going back and forth, back towards a wall. That we're getting there.
Yeah.
I like that. Feeling that glute, feeling that string really allows me to make it simple. I allow that I can actually feel that, because, you know, our glutes are a big part of us. Yeah. We have a lot of muscle in there, so we can feel when we're pushing that back and forth.
Exactly.
I like that.
And yeah, if there's one big thing to think of, like we just elaborated on, had a little dance session, think of twisting. Twisting, not bumping and slide.
Yeah. Imagine you're out with the ladies that night. You just got to get that twist going. You got multiple ladies. You want to see them all. You don't want to just focus on one.
Yeah. Twist and slide. Let one by.
We will see you on the next episode of Coach's Cavern. Josh, always a pleasure. Yeah, man. Yeah, Irish are going to be the most fun, because you're going to get in here. We're going to be dancing all the time. The other boys don't have moves like us, but if you do have nice hips, if you can bust a move at the club, you can golf for sure. We'll see you in the next episode.